You've tuned into The Mountain Gardener with your host, Ken Lain. Gardening, it can be challenging, but with these simple insider tips, you'll reap huge rewards. Now, let's tune into today's Mountain Gardener with Ken and Lisa. So I was in the garden center and we put this beautiful display, the team is into antique cars of all things. They don't go with garden centers, but it seems like customers really like it, especially the guys. Actually, no, everyone likes it. Now, that was biased. So the gals are loving it just as much. So we were taking the shells of antique cars. We have a 1970 Triumph GT6 out there. No, it does not have the GT or motor in it. It's inline six. It's been gutted. We put displays on it. The hood is now display tables. The trunk is now a display table. The doors are now hanging baskets. But it had a beautiful display of hibiscus on the front hood of this display car. It's fun. It's something interesting, new. It's hard to describe over the airwaves. In fact, I'll post something on Facebook. I'll do something for you just so you can see what I'm talking about. So if ever you want to know at my yard, garden center, what I'm talking about, just follow us on any of the social medias, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. We're there, YouTube. We're there. And you can literally see my life happening in the garden. I mean, it's kind of fun. Some of it's quirky. None of it's opinionated. None of it's religion, politics, or things that will offend you. It's only inspirational, fun, uplifting, happy thoughts. And so one of these was a black bumblebee on this hibiscus display. They were pollinating like crazy. It looks just like a bumblebee, but it doesn't have the yellow stripes across its back end. It's just solid black. I went, ooh, I've got to capture it. That's unusual. You don't see those every day. They're great pollinators, but they can cause some angst with gardeners, actually non-gardeners. Gardeners kind of like it. Let's live and let live. We'll just all get along. Just don't eat my peaches off of the tree. I want those. But a black bumblebee is also called a cutter bee. So they will leave the most beautiful, perfectly round, dime-shaped holes in leaves, like roses or red buds, or usually a bigger leaf. And it's usually a smooth, kind of sweeter leaf. And so not a big, great big that I've seen. Sycamore, great big leaves, they don't seem to like. They like the smaller leaves that are softer, green, kind of in color. They don't like evergreens. They like softer, deciduous green leaves on plants. And they'll cut out this perfect shape and they take it back and they make a nest with it. And so I'm not sure quite what they're making it with. I think they make food out of it. So some fungal things that they feed their babies. A cutter bee nest is kind of like a bumblebee nest. They're quite small. There are very few of them. So it's rare to see. They're not like honeybees. There's 50,000 of them in a hive. And if you knock the hive over, they'll come out and kill you. They're not killer bees. They are docile, gentile. They're busy, focused on their flower. They're afraid of you. They'll kind of buzz off if you disturb them at all. They're kind of shy, much like bumblebees. And so, but they're really strong pollinators because of their size of their bodies. They just pollinate more. And so they're busy collecting the pollen on your plants. They're great for all your flowers, your vegetables, really good at pollinating squash, pumpkins, the bigger flowery kind of things. And they get in there, really kind of shake things up. And so you'll get bigger gourds, that kind of thing. So if you see a black bumblebee, you know what it is. It's now a cutter bee. If you see holes cut out perfectly, dime-sized, in your leaf, you go, oh, I know that's a cutter bee. A cutter bee did that. You can impress all your friends. So, and eventually you're going to see somewhere in the yard a black bumblebee roaming around. Underneath my deck, I've got this little ledge. They're kind of like sparrows or birds. They got this little place where they like to roost they must migrate someplace because they're only there now. They're not there any other time of the year. So, or they're just resting up there, and my yard's a pollinator yard. And so we fully expect to attract more bees, butterflies. The hummingbirds are a nuisance right now. There's so many of them. It's ridiculous. They're all bickering, fighting back and forth. They're like seagulls, only pint-sized. They're just tiny little things running around, just talking to each other, talking to you. And I don't feed any of them. I simply garden for them. So I don't have feeders up. And there's a lot of them. And so I do see, and with that, I also attract the pollinator bees, the mason bees, the cutter bees, bumblebees. I've seen them all. Honeybees, of course. And so you can do the same. But just a lesson. If you see a black bumblebee, now you know what it is. It's a cutter bee, and they are very good for the garden.
Water's Garden companion plants for July are Hibiscus, Purple Verbena, Crepe Myrtle, and Sensation Maples.
Sensation maples grow fast. The spring leaves erupt with soft reds that quickly mature to a refreshing green for summer-long shade.
Autumn, it unleashes a brilliant display of red leaves.
Where this maple really shines is in the areas with challenging garden soils.
The picture-perfect tree to line driveways or shade a patio.
You'll only find Sensation maples here at Waters Garden Center in Prescott.
For a more fruitful garden, increased success in the landscape that just feels better, then tune in daily to the Mountain Gardener podcast. Subscribe through your favorite podcast streamer or visit watersgardencenter.com. Better yet, visit me directly right here at Waters Garden Center. Thanks for tuning in.